Recursion, breaking big problems down to manageable bits. Today we are going to be diving into the programming concept of recursion. Recursion is the process of having a function call itself repeatedly in order to break a large problem down into smaller parts and eventually get you to a solution. This method of a self-calling function can be extremely powerful in its ability to save time, but it is also a concept many programmers struggle with at first. With recursion, your problem is divided into smaller and smaller parts until the simplest condition is met. We call this condition the base case. A recursive function will therefore be set up to call itself again and again until this base case is met, and then return the result of the function back up the stack through each previous run, completing the code in each function. It looks a little like this. The function runs until the piece of code where the function calls itself, which hands off new data to the next run of the function, and each waits for the return value from the instance it called. When the base case is met, the return value is passed back to the instance of the function that called it. This normally triggers that instance to return its value to the instance which called it, and so on until we reach the top level and any remaining code in the main program is executed. Let's take a look at a real recursive function. In this function we are working on getting the answer for x to the power of y. To do this recursively, we call the function power recursion again and again, reducing y by 1 each time. When we finally hit the base case of y is equal to 0, we return 1 as anything to the power of 0 is 1. Moving up the stack we get x equals 2 times y equals 1, which in total equals 2. Then we have x equals 2 times y equals 2, which equals a total of 4. Then 4 times 2, and then 8 times 2, etc. In the end, we got the expected result of 32 for our problem of 2 to the 5th power. Recursion is a bit like trying to make a pyramid out of a giant solid stone. You could brute force it by chiseling around the edges, or you could use dynamite and break the rock in half, then break those halves in half, all the way till you have small rocks which you can then stack into a pyramid. Thanks for taking the time to check out this video about recursion. I hope it helped explain the concept more clearly. If you want the handy tool for visualizing what your code is doing, check out pythontutor.com.